Another Photoshop tutorial. This time we're going to look at layers, another selection tool, and also the paint fill bucket, and also colors. Wow, that's an awful lot. So let's get stuck in. Okay, returning to Photoshop. I'm on the image that I've got rid of all the whites. If you remember on the previous one, we used the magic wand tool. We switched off contiguous and we selected all the whites, leaving me with just the black inks and then this background, checker background, meaning there's no pixels there. Okay, to get started, I am going to create a new layer. Blank new layer, nothing on it, hiding everything just for the purposes of this demonstration. I'm going to call this layer body. The idea of which is I am actually going to color in the body of this character here. Now, before I do this, I'm just going to hide the inks to show the tool that I'm using. I'm going to use this selection tool here. The shortcut is L. Underneath it, you've got lasso, the polygon lasso, and the magnetic lasso. For this one, I'm going to use the polygon lasso. Right, strange little icon here. All you do is you click and you draw a polygon. And that gives you your army of ants for you to work in. Once you've got your army of ants, you select the paint bucket tool, shortcut is G, click inside it, and what it will do is it will pour the paint into that selected area. Now, I don't want a big black triangle diamond thing, so I'm actually going to undo, step backwards, and I'm going to get rid of that diamond. Now, when you're using that polygon selection tool, sometimes you'll find the cursor looks a bit rubbish. You can change the cursor by changing caps lock and you get like a crosshair, which makes it more accurate. If you want it back, hit caps lock again. So using this polygon lasso tool, I'm going to have the inks on, but I'm going to be on the body selection. What I'm going to do is I'm going to trace the image of this character, all the area that I'm going to paint, like his body. Now, it doesn't matter. I can be messy as I want because I'm going to paint over with the belt and everything. So I'm going to paint all of this area, just clicking all the way around. Let's go there. Let's go there. Let's go there. I should speed this up, eh? There. Now, when you want to complete your polygon, you obviously move your mouse pointer over to the area where you started. The mouse pointer changes to show you a polygon with a little circle. That shows you it's complete. Now, whenever you're working with selections, it's a great idea to save that selection, that area that you're working with, just in case you might need it. It just saves you time. Instead of having to click around it, you can just load the selection. Which menu do we use? Well, it's quite obvious. You click select because it's to do with selections. If you don't know, you click on every darn menu till you find the one that you want. So we go down to save selection and we give it the name body. Meaningful names, people. Click on OK. So if I accidentally deselect it, Control D, I want to bring my selection back. I go to select, load, use the pull down menu. There's body and on the channel pull down. And body is now selected. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to color this blue. So go to my color palette here, click on it. I can either choose it visually, so I can say, oh yeah, that blue looks good. Or if I know the color I want, I could type it in as an RGB, a CMYK, a lab value, a hexadecimal value. That looks pretty good. Click on OK and bucket tool, click in. There you go, blue. Now, Dan, you're thinking, that looks a bit rubbish. All I've got is a big blue block over the inks. Well, this is where layers come in. You can see I've got separate layers. I still haven't destroyed those inks because I'm working on a separate layer called body. Think of it like painting on a piece of glass. The inks still exist underneath it. See? I want to move the inks on top of that color. So I just click and drag. Oh, let's try it again. Click and drag. There you go. If I bring the body, hey presto, I've got some blue. Now, it's not perfect. But watch this next thing. I'm going to create a new layer. This time, I'm going to call this layer pads. There you go. And using the quick selection tool, I'm going to very quickly select this shoulder pad. Then look, because my color is going to be hidden by the black inks, I don't have to be very, very precise. There you go. Army advance around the pads. Select, save. Should probably call this the right pad because it's this right shoulder pad. Away we go. Now I'm going to change the color to a yellow. Just guesswork. Perhaps a gold. Perhaps gold will look more regal. That's kind of goldish. Use the paint bucket tool. If you can't find it, the shortcut key is G. It may be hidden underneath a gradient or a 3D material drop. And then just click in. But Dan, it looks rubbish. That's because the inks are underneath the pads. If I drag it over the top, see, it's starting to come together. Layers make your art a lot easier to manage. Meaningful names help you. And when you finish working with that layer, say this body, I don't want to mess around with it, this blue, I can hide it and I can even lock it out of the way. So load up your image, have a go, color in your character. Good luck.